You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. For your spiritual sports segment on Rhema Gospel Radio, I'm CJ. For your quick news and notes, Golden Boy Promotions announced Thursday that it has signed 2 fighters to its growing roster. Interim junior welterweight titleist Johan Perez of Venezuela and former amateur standout Julian Ramirez of Alhambra, California. The new Chevrolet SS will replace the Impala in the Sprint Cup Series in 2013, debuting in its race configuration at the Daytona 500, as Chevrolet announced on Thursday, and the return of the SS will hit showroom floors as a 2014 model late in 2013. Jimmie Johnson's number 48 team won the NASCAR Sprint Pit Crew Challenge, avenging last year's loss in the finals to Denny Hamlin's number 11 team. The U.S. Amateur Trophy is among artifacts missing after a burglar broke into the U.S. Golf Association Museum in northern New Jersey. Old Dominion is leaving the Colonial Athletic Association and joining Conference USA, and the move will be effective July 1st, 2013, school president John R. Broderick said in a release on Thursday. Lori Fine, the wife of former Syracuse assistant basketball coach Bernie Fine, announced earlier this week in Geneva, New York, her intention to file a lawsuit in federal court against ESPN and 2 of its employees, saying she was libeled during the network's reporting of child sex abuse allegations against her husband. The Division I Men's Basketball Committee has selected Washington, D.C. to host the 2013 East Regional. SMU Athletic Director Steve Orsini was fired Thursday, just 4 weeks after he and the Mustangs hired Hall of Fame basketball coach Larry Brown. Notre Dame quarterback Tommy Rees pleaded not guilty Thursday to charges stemming from an incident in which police used pepper spray to subdue him after an off-campus party, as he was charged with 1 count of battery, 2 counts of resisting law enforcement, and 1 count of illegal consumption of alcohol by a minor. Alabama fan Brian H. Downing has been charged with sexual battery after authorities say he was captured on video performing the act on an unconscious LSU fan after the BCS championship game, and was charged with 1 count of each of sexual battery of a male victim and obscenity. The NCAA overhaul of its body of rules may call for the suspension of a head coach whose assistants commit violations, as well as a fine for a university up to 5% of its annual athletic budget, according to proposals discussed Monday at the Atlantic Coast Conference spring meetings. The NHL has suspended Phoenix Coyotes center Martin Hanzal for 1 game for his boarding penalty on Los Angeles Kings captain Dustin Brown in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals on Tuesday night. Tom Reina is out as coach of the Edmonton Oilers, as the team announced on its Twitter feed Thursday that it won't renew Reina's contract. Baseball owners have approved changing the format of this year's AL and NL Division Series from a 2-2-1 format to a 2-3 format, giving the team with the home field advantage the last 3 games of the 5-game series. In a surprising move, Blue Jays third baseman Brent Lowry has dropped his appeal of a 4-game suspension by Major League Baseball for throwing a batting helmet that bounced and hit an umpire, and he has since apologized to home plate umpire Bill Miller. Brian McNamee, the chief prosecution witness in the Roger Clemens perjury retrial, conceded Thursday he initially lied about his involvement with steroids. The Toronto Blue Jays have sent struggling first baseman Adam Lynn to the minors. The Oakland Athletics have placed third baseman Brandon Inge on the 15-day disabled list with a strained right groin, and recalled infielder Adam Rosales from AAA Sacramento. Los Angeles Angels outfielder Torii Hunter joined his son Darius and the family's lawyers at a Dallas area news conference on Thursday to refute charges that his son committed sexual assault on a juvenile. And finally, Rhode Island has returned a promised payment of $1.1 million from former Red Sox pitcher Curt Schilling's troubled video game company, 38 Studios, after learning the check would bounce. Don't write it if you can't cover it. Huh? This sports segment was sponsored by Naturally Relax Massage, where you can relax, release, and relieve naturally in the greater Houston area. For rates and more information, please email naturallyrelax@gmail.com. To catch archives of your spiritual sports segment, log on to my brand new blog site, CEEJAY.com. That's CEEJAY sports.com, and make sure you follow me on Twitter at CJ Sports. And tune in next time for more updates in your next spiritual sports segment, where we sprinkle a little spirituality in your sports. I'm CJ. Be blessed and have a positive, productive, blessed day. And I leave you with namaste, as the divine in me salutes and honors the divine in you.